good, YouTube? Slender Revolution X here, coming to you guys today with another edition of Slendy Talks. What I wanted to talk about has been kind of bugging me for a little while, and it basically stems from the format that we're in right now, where there's a good bit of diversity. You know, we're seeing strange things like Perform Age dolls, Perform Age Stellars, the Perform Age engine being put in a lot of different decks. Necroz, regular Stellars, we're seeing Heroes in there, Infernoids, Cosmos, just, it's a very, very versatile format right now. And what I wanted to be talking about was people who play decks that are teched out to the max, and then they're really mad that they don't do well. I used to know a guy that had that would do that all the time and would make up just like constant excuses of why, oh, had he not scrubbed and, you know, sacked the shit out of me by drawing, I don't know, give me any card. We'll say BLS, because that card's pretty sacky. So he rips a BLS or rips a Soul Charge or something like that. And it's just, to me, you have to either accept that you're going with a very unique deck build, which may not be as good as cookie cutter Necroz or cookie cutter Stellars. You know, a lot of those decks, especially like Necroz, you have about 2 or 3 cards that you can pretty much like vary between decks to keep that deck successful. A lot of them are 35 to, I'd say 30 to 35 of those cards are the exact same in every deck, just because there's not a lot of room for things to do. So if you go into an event with something teched out to the max and you don't win, you have to realize that either one, you were going in with a disadvantage from the get-go, or 2, your deck was tweaked to beat something. What do I mean by that? Back when Dragon Rulers, people would literally make a deck to beat Dragon Rulers. That's sometimes a mistake. I mean, that's sometimes the case now with things like Mistake against Necroz and Stellars and, you know, Imperial Iron Walls in the main deck and stuff like that. So, sure, you can do that, and that's a really good way to beat things like Dragon Rulers back in the day, or Necroz. Everything that I just listed. It's a really good way to beat those, but if for whatever reason you play either a player that's prepared for that, or 2, you don't play any of that deck, which I've seen happen, and you can't bank on playing that. Like, if you're going through 9 rounds Swiss, and you play 3 Necroz, and that's what your whole deck was built to beat, you're probably not going to win too many matches. And that's not even saying that you might not even beat the Necroz players. So, you're looking at, if you want to be unique and teched out, which I prefer, you have to know that you're going in with a different mindset. You know, you can't go in and expect everything to run as planned, because it's probably not going to. You know, if you're going in with Hero Beat, which is something, or Hero Stun, which is something that I gravitate towards very much, and pretty much heroes as a whole, they're really not tier 1. Maybe 1.5 is generous, I'll say that. But guys that go out there with these teched out mad decks that have, you know, 18 cards in them that will beat Stellars, and then they're mad when they go X5 in an event and have to scrub out, you know, you have to know that going in. You have to either, 1, be prepared, 2, side deck for what you may not see, or what you may see instead of what you built for, or 3, you have to overcome those things. You have to play better. I think the deck, in my opinion, the deck doesn't make the player makes the deck. So, if you have a teched out deck and you know how to run it and you know what you're doing, you can be successful with that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not downing somebody for being unique, because that's what this game needs and what it so desperately cries for. Remember back in the day when the internet was not huge, for those of you, you know, who played probably 10 years ago, before the internet really had a big impact on the Yu-Gi-Oh community, before YouTube was huge and you can go online and find 18 different deck lists of people that have topped with Satellar Knights, or 18 different deck lists with people that have topped with different versions of Shaddolls, whether it be Performage Shaddolls, whether it be Danko dolls, whether it be Star Seraph dolls, whether it be, just so many things are at your fingertips right now, and I think that everybody needs to realize that you can take advantage of that. But back in the day, as I start rambling, back in the day, that's how it was. You went in with something unique, and, it was generally your own idea. And you didn't have this huge debate about net decking and everything, because for you to compete, you had to have some edge on your opponent. Because things when Beatdown was the top deck, and it wasn't archetype efficient, it wasn't, it didn't have all of these different types, all of these different things. It was just like, I have big monsters and I'm going to beat you down with them. So you had to have some sort of edge to compete. So I think nowadays people need to, like I said, either you need to accept, if you're going in, that you probably don't have as good of a chance if you want to express your individuality and make a deck that is yours, which is really, really rewarding. A lot more so than Googling something and putting it together and winning with it, because there's not the same passion when you're playing. It's not nearly as rewarding when you win. So what am I saying to you guys? This is how I feel. Why are you going to play this game as somebody else? Why play this game as somebody else? Why take their deck and do really, really well with it? Because in my opinion, there's such a card pool for this game that you absolutely should be a unique player. You should build a unique deck and try to win with it. Even if that is a couple cards here and there in a deck, like I said, the Necraw's, archetype in itself, you need X amount of cards in every deck for that to be efficient. Sure, there's a couple here and there, but be unique, be creative in deck building, because we don't know how long this game's going to last, and we don't know how many cards, packs, sets, whatever you want to call it, how many more of those we're going to get. So take the chance to be yourself. Take your chance to build something that you can be proud of. Not that if you go on the national stage with a deck that you didn't build and they start asking you questions, like if you get a player interview and you start asking questions, and I've seen this happen. DeMonte Cole ran Hero Infernities at a YCS, I believe. And it was a big thing because Infernities hadn't seen a lot of play since Worlds 2 years ago. But a guy literally built his exact deck, went on, topped, and then got interviewed afterwards and was just trolled beyond belief in the comment section because he took his exact deck. And if you went up there and it was your idea, it's something that you can be proud of. So I don't want to hear people complain when they go to events and lose for being unique, because that's probably going to happen more often than not. But when you do win, and when you are successful, when you find that right tweak in the deck balance that makes you successful by being unique, take it and run with it, because it's really, really, really rewarding. And that's all I got to say today, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. I love to hear from you guys. And as always, remember to subscribe to join the revolution today. This is Slendy Revolution X signing out, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, also, guys, we have a whole nother week in my contest. So if you're watching this video and has not entered the contest to win Cross Souls Special Edition 3-packs and whatever Special Edition cards, go to my YouTube page, click on that video, watch the video, like it, comment in the comment section below telling me to enter you, and you can win some free stuff, which is always fun. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.